Hey everyone, welcome back to Entertainment Corner. Today we're going to be doing a video reviewing something rather than really unboxing it. Sometimes I'll review with my unboxings, but we're going to really focus on reviewing today of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. So here's the positive. Let's start with this. There's a new place in town. If any of you happen to live in the Springfield, Eugene area in Oregon, off of Main Street, there's a new place called Retro Joe's. I highly recommend them. You can look them up on Facebook. Great area, great place to go in and just like talk movies and find new movies. I've been wanting a place where I could just like go talk to someone about movies, kind of like an old video store, but you actually get to buy stuff and look through cool movies. The Epic Seconds is cool, in downtown Eugene, but they have, arguably they're more kind of music, but I don't know. It's not the same vibe, but this is a really like small place, small business. Guy's really nice. I chatted him up for, probably half an hour. I was in there for a good half an hour, probably 45 minutes. It's so fun, and he's actually like curating good stuff. Like he's not trying to, take in trash, essentially. Not trash, but just like run-of-the-mill movies that everyone has, or no one really needs a copy of. And so that made it more fun for me to look through, because I'm like, oh, here's some like cool movies you don't see that often. A lot of his stuff is DVD, and a lot of stuff is VHS as well, because that's a niche, like a market of nostalgia there. I personally am not too big into the VHS. Like I've tried to do it a few times. I just get way too many. And now that tapes are just, getting more expensive, it's like I'm just going to keep with my disc-based formats for now. I'll buy a tape here and there. Also, he has laser discs too, which I do have a player, but it's going to be something where like if it's not on DVD, I'll maybe consider buying it, but they're just expensive. His prices are reasonable. It's just the whole thing in general has gotten expensive. So I'm gonna stick to DVD for now, especially before that is the new nostalgia, right? Anyway, a little backstory. So go check them out. I found some really cool titles there. I'm okay with DVD because at least I'm getting something cool. At least I'm like actually being able to look through movies. I'm like, oh, I actually want to check this out. Whereas I go to a thrift store and most of it's just junk I don't want. Or if I do find something I want, it's not in good condition, or, what have you. So I'm just excited for a new place to talk to someone and to actually be able to know that there's curated stuff that like I'm actually going to be interested. I'm going to probably pick something up every time I go in there. So, sorry, not a review. No one will really care if you're actually just here for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 review. But anyway, I bought this there. Really great condition. Looks nice. Good price. I thought, I've never seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, but I really like Dennis Hopper's performance in Blue Velvet as Frank. Like, I just really liked it. I thought he was really, really, really good in it. So I was like, I'll give this a chance. I fucking hate this movie. I'm sorry. I like no hate to anyone involved in this, but this is a piece of shit. So why do I think it's a piece of shit? I'll tell you this. I started my horror, like my real horror watching probably started with Halloween. Like I've seen like horror movies, but they're more like sci-fi thriller, psychological. Like they creep into the horror territory, but like I think the first time I actually sat down and watched like what people would consider like cult classic horror is Halloween. I love John Carpenter's movies, but I hated that movie. So suspension of disbelief is something I'm totally willing to do in a lot of things, but for me it has to have like a logic to it. If for example, really great example, Better Call Saul, the characters are way older in that show, like just physically, than when they were in Breaking Bad, for the ones that are in Breaking Bad. I'm willing to just let that go, because I just like it makes sense. Like we're still seeing a story, they at least try with some makeup, like it's believable enough. Like they're old enough where like the difference, it's like it's more noticeable in like the really old people, but like I can suspend my disbelief there and enjoy it for what it is, because it's just, it makes sense to me. Okay, this movie starts off normal, like run of the mill kind of like, horror, weird things. Like, I accept that this is going to be weird. I accept that this is going to be like out there. Like, yeah, most people, although these days, I don't know, most people, even for killers, aren't going to be like wearing these weird masks and running around with chainsaws. I mean, it's not completely impossible, but like, I get how it's kind of unrealistic and how it's kind of, sorry, I gotta move that out of my face a little bit. I understand how it's like mostly unrealistic, but I'm willing to suspend that disbelief because, like, let's see the story. Let's see it play out. I'm okay with fictitious situations. My problems come in with the second half of the movie. And sorry, to jump back to Halloween, the reason I didn't like it is because there's a lack of logic. So I don't even remember the character's name, but the main babysitter lady, she like runs into Michael Myers and she's like trying to fight back with a knife, which, I mean, at least she's trying to fight back, right? But then she keeps putting the knife down and she keeps doing stupid things that continue the cycle, the chase. Like, she doesn't finish him. She just puts down the knife. Oh, and now he's back and he's chasing me again. Oh, I'm helpless. Like, okay, like you wouldn't have to do that if you didn't like put down your weapon. Okay, like it's small, but it's big. Like, it's not insignificant what she's doing. And this exact same thing happens in this movie. This movie, however, I would say arguably has some really bad acting from the main actress. Like, the people who were like crazy, like Leatherface and like all the I don't know the whole. I probably should have watched the first one, but like I don't know the whole lore and everything. But the weird monster looking guy, and then the metal plate guy, and then the dad or the stew guy, the guy who won the chili competition. That's how I'm gonna refer to them, I guess. Like their characters are so ridiculous and unbelievably not scary that like I can kind of laugh at that because like they're committing to the bit and like it's so bad it's kind of laughable. But with her acting actually is pretty good in the first half. But maybe I shouldn't say it's like the actress's skill. I don't want to like diss on her, but maybe it's more the writing of the character and how she was told to play it, because what she does in most of the movie is just scream like a maniac. I almost kind of want them to kill her. Like, she just doesn't shut up and actually try to do something. Like, and a lot of this has to do with the way things look. Like, the stuff that they were bonding her up with, I'm sorry, she could have broken out from that or tried to get away. Like, it's not like, there's no realism in it. There's nothing grounding it to any sort of reality. So it's like, yes, I can buy into fictitious situations, but it has to have some logic, has some ties to actual reality. Because otherwise, I'm completely disconnected and it feels too disjointed. Like, well, if I don't even know the laws of your universe and they're inconsistent and they seem unbelievable, like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I can accept some things, but like if there's no running logic with it and it just seems stupid, I'm not going to buy it and I'm not going to have a good time. And so, like, particularly at the end where the metal plate guy is chasing her up the freaking like the tube with ladder thing. So she kicks him, knocks him down, but he's still climbing up. I'm like, okay, first things first, how about you actually fucking kick him, like really kick him, and then he'll actually fall down and you can keep going up. Or the most atrocious part, let's be real here, is when she finally gets up to the top and then the other guy is dangling for a little bit. Oh, it's like they're stalling. It's like they're just trying to draw the movie out longer. He finally gets up and then they kind of stop and like, I'm going to get you. And then she grabs the chainsaw and somehow has gas in it and somehow is like, she just banking on it working. Okay, this is where this gets unbelievably ridiculous. She takes the chainsaw and the guy's like, oh, mama, like a little bitch he is. And he goes over and he like has his moment with her. And then he's like looking at the lady who took the chainsaw. And she's just, it's like, because she can't turn the chainsaw. She's like trying to pull the chainsaw, and then he goes over to her and just starts like slicing her, like not even deep, just like like slicing along her back, and it's just so bad. Like it's so corny, it's retarded. Like he just like. And she just keeps trying. She's not even like trying to push him back. She's just accepting it. And I understand it's because she's like, oh, if I get this working, I can, kill him. But like, really? You think that might sting? You think you might actually just try to like fend him off for a second and then go try to start it again? Like, I don't know. It's like, again, it looks like stalling. It's like, oh, same thing with the hammer, the grandfather or whatever, and in the wheelchair, like, oh, miss, and then they keep handing them hammer. It's like they're just stalling, waiting for Dennis Hopper to come down and fucking save her. And it's like, oh my gosh, be believable. Like, what are you doing? So, that's mainly why I hate this movie, because same with Halloween, you're too fucking stupid. Like, I understand that if in any way this was somewhat real, people do weird things under stress and fear. Okay. But at some point, it's unbelievable because no one in their not right mind even is going to just like stand there and take it. Like fight or flight is going to kick in. And you're going to like fight like hell. And it just doesn't even look like she's trying half the time. Like, and then she just doesn't shut up. Doesn't stop screaming. It's like, that's wasting energy. That's wasting breath. And it just gets annoying. And the whole, like, the over-the-top acting with the weird creature guys is like, okay. I mean, I was kind of buying into it for a bit. It was somewhat entertaining. And I was like, this is stupid. Like they're not even really villains. They're just like, I mean, they're killing people, but they don't seem menacing at all. They give her too much time. Like if they're actually going to do it, do it. It's like, whereas other movies, it's like, okay, the point, I understand. It's like you have to look at it through the lens of telling the story. Because if they killed her halfway through the movie, well, your movie's over, or you got to find some other thing to do. So I understand why they're dragging it out, but make it believable. Because what reason do the characters in the movie, don't think about it being a movie, don't think about being the writer and making this an hour and a half long. Now let's put ourselves in the character's shoes. Why, in what world do they have a reason to just kind of like lollygag around? Like maybe if they were torturing her and they just got pleasure out of that, I guess that would have some sort of justification, but they're just being slow about it for no reason. Like, why would those characters just like, yeah, all right, like, oh my gosh, it's just infuriating. Like, I don't know what else to say. It's like it had me in the first like quarter to half, but then as soon as she goes underground the tunnel, I was okay. I tried to like give it a chance. I mean, I did give it a chance. It's like, what is this? It's not scary. It's not even good because it's so bad. It just sucks. Like, it flat out just sucks. I don't even want to know how much money they spent on this. Sets are cool. I'll say that. I mean, that I'll give them credit there, but whew, what's the first one like? Anyone have any? Is it just as unrealistic? Is it more? I don't know. Yeah, that sucked so much. So that was my review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. If you did enjoy my review, please let me know. If you love this movie, let me know. If you hate this movie, let me know. Why not? And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.